ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Good, the Bad and the Stupid. It's Monday the 17th of February. It's a new week of me talking nonsense about the nonsense that's in the news. Hopefully you'll stick around for more than just today because it's a slow news day today and I've got a bit of a frog in my throat, so I'm hoping I don't have to cancel like Elton John has just done in a concert in New Zealand. He's had to cancel halfway through because he had walking pneumonia. But he did a few songs, so I don't know whether he was doing that on the basis that he gets to keep all the money. But I'd be pissed off if I was in the crowd and I don't get my money back because he's fucking chucked out a couple of numbers. I'd want him to fucking stay up there. If you're keeping all the money, you better fucking squeal it out. I don't care if you die on the stage. Just fucking, I don't know, whatever. Just play the piano. Just put your head down on a pillar on the thing and just keep playing. Just give me my fucking money's worth. Otherwise, I want me 55 quid back because he ain't cheap, is he? Anyway, yeah, but he was ill. He's got walking pneumonia, so apparently that's a form of pneumonia where you can still walk. So that's a good form of pneumonia because fucking you don't want the form that's I'm fucking nearly dead pneumonia. That's the worst kind of version of it, and I think that's where the coronavirus leads to, isn't it? So I mean, fuck me, the coronavirus apparently it's gone a little bit quieter in the news, but it isn't because it's still doing the rounds. 69,000 worldwide infections so far, so that's silently fucking making its way around. I watched a program the other day on the Spanish flu, which is kind of incorrectly named because it started in America, so it should be called the fucking American flu. Looks like they've like dodged it by quickly coming out a name, bringing out a name for it and calling it Spanish flu and like tainting that place. But because a few was over there, but it spread out all over the world when it was in Spain. But it was all in the trenches in the World War One, killing as many as the soldiers as the fucking war was. So, but it showed how rapidly that spread around. And so, yeah, it's quite worrying, really. Especially now they're saying that millions of Brits with flu-like symptoms could be ordered to stay at home for a fortnight to halt the spread of the coronavirus. Imagine that, if everybody said, right, everybody, fucking don't come out your house, and if anybody saw on the street, well, they wouldn't go as far as what they would have in the First World War, where they'd fucking shoot you if you didn't do as you were told. But yeah, I mean, they're saying that if worst case scenario is they'll tell everybody to stay at home. That's half a good idea, really. 14 days, stay in your fucking house, everybody, and then it'll die, won't it? But it's going to be impossible to make that happen. And what I was going to say, and I was at the post office earlier. I could fucking have it right here and now, sitting here. This is why might be why I've got a frog in the throat. There was a guy behind me in the post office, and he was snivelling and he couldn't breathe up his nose. It was like, you know, like when somebody's got the worst version of a cold. They can't fucking. And I was in, like, he's annoying me because I'm in the queue and I can feel it. He's like almost. He's too close to me basically from behind, and I can feel him like fucking sneezing and everything. And I'm like, oh motherfucker, the guy's got fucking coronavirus or something. He's very ill, whatever it is. So I had two things that I was posting in my hands. I couldn't I might stand there like that. So yeah, I might very well have the coronavirus. So we'll see. If I'm doing a podcast tomorrow, I might have fucking dodged a bullet there because he weren't very well, and he was chucking he didn't have a mask. He didn't have a mask on. I should have fucking. I should have called him out, shouldn't I? I said, fucking somebody kick him out, like hold him at arm's length, get the broom out and fucking push him out the door. Get out, get out. I don't give a fuck if you haven't got the corona. You've got summit. You know, be like, what's it called? It's going to get like that zombie film, isn't it? The Dawn of the Dead. It's Dawn of the Dead. We're in the shopping mall. And they're all fucking walking around the shopping mall and they lock yourself in the shop. It's getting that way. Brits stuck on the quarantine cruise ship fear they're going to be stuck on there beyond February the 19th. Well, it's because there's 355 people on that cruise ship have got it. So yeah, and they're saying why the British government are not doing enough to get us off here and get us home. I've never felt less loved by my own country. Don't you want us home? No, we don't want you home. We don't want you home until you're fucking clear of virus. We don't want you anywhere fucking near us. I've never felt less loved by my country. Your country doesn't love you, you fucking idiot. Your country is a place where you work and pay taxes. That's about it. Nobody gives a toss about you. You must be fucking mental if you think anybody is oh champ, we'll go into the, put everybody at risk for you. No, you'll be stuck on that cruise ship until you're given the all clear. I say otherwise when you're trying to get off, that's when they will shoot you. Pop that guy who's trying to get off. Where's he from? Basingstoke. I don't give a fuck. He's just fucking shooting. Anyhow, excuse me. I talked about this country. This country, the TV programme is on tonight. Have I mentioned it already? I might be fucking losing my marbles. I don't think I have. This country tonight, my favourite programme. Well, my favourite programme. It's one of my favourite comedies at the moment. It's hilarious. It's on. If you're not from this country, and you're listening from another country, look out for a British comedy called This Country. And it's on tonight at 10:30, I think, on BBC One. It's fucking hilarious. The main my favourite character in it, I've never even seen. It's the mum who's upstairs. The mum who's always shouting down orders and everything like that. She's fucking hilarious, fucking crazy. It reminds me of it reminds me of stuff. But let's put it that way. But it fucking cracks me up. She's just got there's something about it, some of the fucking things that she shouts down just has me pissing myself laughing. I'll tell you what, if I was like smoking weed or whatever, listening, watching that, I'd be fucking rolling all over the place. It reminded me of saying that when I watched, when I was younger and we was off, absolutely out of it, watching Cheech and Chong films. Out of it. And watching Still Smoking. I was fucking laughing that much I had to throw up. That's how much it got me. They did loads of films, didn't they, Cheech and Chong? But Still Smoking was fucking hilarious. The one with Pee Wee Herman in. The one they kept saying, help me Wamba at the beginning. Absolutely had me in bits. That bit at the beginning had me laughing all the way through the film. And the other ones just ended up with me having to fucking bail halfway through and throw up outside. There's no greater comedy than one that can make you throw up, I don't think. Well, I think anything with films, I think anything that does what it says, if a comedy, because there's so many comedies, it obviously sounds stupid saying if a comedy makes you laugh, it's a brilliant comedy. But there's fucking tons of comedies that don't make me laugh. Tons of comedies that are just shit. Absolutely shit. How many times have you watched a film thinking, right, I'm going to watch that one, and you just think that was a waste of fucking life watching that? Well, right load of bollocks. It's the same with horror films. I love horror films that scare the shit out of me, which is clearly what the point of it is, but many don't. Many of them are just bollocks. Most horror films these days are just shit. Like the Blair Witch, a lot of people didn't like that, but the Blair Witch I thought was absolutely brilliant because it put the fucking shivers up me. And it was so simple. It was almost like your own mind was doing it. Your own mind was fucking your head up. It was like that was putting me in the woods. I don't think I probably couldn't camp in the woods after that. I might have not been able to do it before, but it put you in that position, and made you fucking shit yourself. Like you any noise in the night. Then you're fucking reminded of that, the stones in the distance. Yeah, proper head twister that was. So yeah. If you're a horror film, make sure you scare, and if you're a comedy, make sure you make me laugh. Otherwise, I'll fucking get pissed off. But the horror films of the 80s, they were the ones that they used to fucking do it. They used to hit it pretty much constantly, didn't they? They had it was like a big genre then, wasn't it? All the fucking slasher movies and all that kind of stuff with Jason and Friday the 13th. I remember the Halloween film. I came downstairs when I was about 8 years old, and I just saw the fucking bit. I heard screaming. They had the TV on full blast, and it was just fucking a screaming horror film. Imagine I woke up in a dream-like state, hearing screaming. I was fucking shitting myself. So I went downstairs and saw that Jason go like that as he sat back up. And look, I've still remembered it now, many, many, many years later, and it still puts a fucking shitters up me. Because I was sent fucking back to bed, get back to bed. And I had to go back up and shit myself in bed, wondering what the fuck I'd just seen. I didn't know what a horror film was then. Fucking, anyway, yeah. So, well, people just do what they did in the 80s. Anyway, Piers Morgan spent 5 minutes congratulating, on a different thing altogether. Piers Morgan spent 5 minutes congratulating David Schwimmer on a rumoured Friends reunion, only to find out it wasn't him. So, it's basically, it does look like him actually, to be fair. David Schwimmer and the other guys are called Dylan McDermott. I've not even seen him in any films for a long time. Don't know what he does now, but he was obviously at the Oscars because he was interviewing. He was going, and he was saying, congratulating them on they've just agreed a Friends reunion, £3 million each, and he was going, what an amazing deal! How have you worked out how much that works out per second? And the guy's like, no, because he didn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And but he carried on, and apparently the interview finished with Piers still thinking that he'd been talking to David Schwimmer, and he got told later on. But so that's a faux pas. But so the Friends are doing it. They were saying the other week that they wouldn't do it. There's been no good story, and there's no way that we would do it. £3 million gets put up, and all of a sudden, you know what? I don't care how shit the storyline is, I could do with that £3 million. So yes, please. I bet there's a couple of those Friends who don't do much. So maybe they're like fucking got everybody in a headlock. You fucking better do it. I need the money. You know, Joey isn't Joey. He was the main one who said he wouldn't do it. But I bet after he's just done shit on Top Gear and whatever else, he's been doing some stuff over here, hasn't he? £3 million is very hard to turn that down. It'd probably be good anyway. So you know, I don't know what you're fucking whinging about. Just get out and do it. It's what the Friends. It's what the fans want. Everyone's a winner. Just, is there any parts for me in it, please? Any English parts that you need, like a cameo or something or other? Because I'll be a lot cheaper than £3 million, but I bet the ratio, even the smallest amount that you're paying me, I think would fucking make my year. No one's ever going to pay me for £3 million for fuck all, unfortunately. Not unless I'm paying it from my own company. I pay myself £3 million when this podcast takes off and I fucking hit the big time. Make sure it's all down to you listeners. It's down to all you watchers. It's down to you to put me up there, get me out there, tell your friends, tell everybody about me. Let's get me on the payroll. We want some noughts in my numbers. A lot of noughts, but I need a number at the beginning, otherwise it's pointless having a fucking load of noughts. A boxing contest was called off after a mass brawl broke out in the crowd. That's parents who love their kids, isn't it? Footage showed spectators hurling chairs at each other, one man setting off a fire extinguisher and another covered in blood wielding an axe. We said the crowd had knives, iron bars and hammers. Police were called. Fucking hell, they took all that. They didn't just magic up iron bars and hammers and stuff, did they? They went there fucking purposely with that. So it looked like there were youth boxers, coaches, families and friends all there as well. So that's like fucking, I know, like rivalry of the family of like the you know, the boxers and whatever, but that's taking shit a fucking far, isn't it? We had to witness bottles, chairs being thrown, and the fucking half the blokes here have got their head covered in blood. So anybody's travelled distance there. I wonder if anybody won the trophy for winning. Which side won? There's somebody who smashed somebody around the head with a fucking folded chair, or the one who fucking took someone's teeth out with the hammer. It reminds me of that one. Was it when Robert McCracken in Birmingham was fighting on the Nigel Benn fight? It was in the NEC, I think, and that kicked off there because he was fighting. He's from Birmingham, Birmingham City fans. His opponent was from Manchester City fans. The football fans were rivals, obviously. Well, Birmingham City, Man City, whatever. But it became about football, and they just started kicking off and just fucking, and that was on the TV and everything, and the whole place went up. It was fucking crazy. It was actually very entertaining, funnily enough, especially as I knew some of the people who were running past the screen with like chairs and shit like that. So yeah, it became all about that then. But I think the Nigel Benn fight went on afterwards, but it was a right fucking charade. Anyway, but that's TV. Well, that's good TV. That's entertainment. It doesn't matter how it becomes. But I don't know about fucking smashing somebody in the face with a hammer though. That's a little bit too far. An Indian buffalo racer beat Usain Bolt's world record after running 100 metres in only 9.55 seconds. So there you go. But there's a little bit of a twist to this tale because it was being pulled along. It was being helped along by by two buffaloes in a race called a Kambala in southwest India. So he holds on to the fucking buffaloes and they drag him. So I don't think he had much choice but to go that fast. He's probably fucking got his foot caught in it or something, going, fucking hell, let me go. But he knows how fast it was, how it was to run that fast. Well, he must have, if I was trying to hold on to him, I'd have probably hit the dirt before that because that's pretty fast, isn't it? So they've got some weird races around the world, haven't they? Some weird, like there's one in is it Dubai, where they've got a load of camels and they haven't even got a rider. They've just got like a machine on the back of it, like a little. It's like it's apparently the richest race or something in Dubai or whatever. Fuck knows what it was, but £1 million prizes and whatever. And it's just camels racing. And the camels are just bombing it with no riders on or anything like that. It's like almost like a dog race, but all that kind of money on it. So yeah, some people, the money's all with the wrong people, isn't it? I mean, I would not be spending millions of pounds on a fucking camel race. I've got better things to do with £1 million. If I ever come into £1 million, I'll be fucking, believe me, I'll know how to spend it, and it won't be anything to do with camels, I can tell you that. I could get rude there, but I'm not gonna. Right, let's move on to snowflake tourists have blasted Blackpool Tower for being too high. One visitor, you're scared of heights, don't go up fucking Blackpool Tower, do you? I mean, 518 foot. I'm scared of heights. I wouldn't like. I would go up it though. I'm scared of like. Somebody pushing. I obviously don't think I'm very well liked. I'm scared of somebody pushing me over the edge. You know, when you get to the edge of a cliff or something, you want to look over. I have to sort of get low down, or I just think somebody's just going to come up and push you over. Must have watched too many soap operas. You know, like when the partner also fucking does you and trips them up, does for you. But yeah, I think I just feel a bit dizzy towards the edge, and I just think I will fall by accident and fall on people. It's not stupid because people fucking selfies. It said the other day were one of the cause more deaths and car accidents, or the higher the deaths than a lot of things that you think would be higher. Put it that way. So getting near the edges of stuff is no laughing matter, but. But yeah, on something like the Blackpool Tower or going up the Eiffel Tower and everything, that's all right because you just got viewing points in there, so you can enjoy that. It's just if somebody comes and grabs your feet and fucks you over the top. Anyway, these are just moaning because my friend was really uncomfortable, even standing well back from the glass floor panels. So there you go. Whingers, are they British? They've got to be British. Only British people fucking moan like that. Anybody else would just enjoy it, wouldn't they? We can moan about anything because Brits, I tell you, put us in the fucking best, put us on the beach in the most beautiful day, and we'll moan about the fucking sand, or we'll moan about the it being too hot, or you know, I don't know. The pineapple man hasn't been along enough. For our liking, or the pineapple's not fresh off the pineapple man, or the pineapple man's too expensive. Always something. I'm only joking. That's some Brits, not me. I can moan. I can moan. Police community officer has caught a police community support officer has caught around 2,000 suspects through his facial recognition skills, but eagle-eyed Andy Pope from the West Midlands says, my wife has to deal with anniversaries. When it comes to dates, I'm useless. So he's good at faces. So I'll have to steer clear of him then, because I'm from the West Midlands, and who knows what he might have remembered me from. Apparently he can pick people's faces out of, like, what's it called? Photo fits, or like grainy CCTV and whatever. He can remember certain things about them, and he can see them in the street and go, that's that guy off that CCTV footage. So he's doing a good thing. In fact, he deserves to be more than a police community support officer. He should be like fucking super detective, shouldn't he? He wants a fucking pay rise. If I was him, he's caught 2,000 suspects and he's still on a police community support officer. I don't even think they get paid. Sorry, mate, you want to fucking go in and see your boss there and say, I want a fucking pay rise, I want to be on the payroll, I want a badge, I want detective status. I'm catching more than Columbo ever did. The deformed dog has found a home. Just a little statement on this. Remember, there was a dog with a twisted face. I've got to show the picture of it to the podcast. You can't really see properly there. His face is almost fucking twisted right round. Right weird looking dog. But I think he's so cute. And everyone was saying that he couldn't find a home because he was so ugly. And in fact, his owners dumped him because he was so ugly, I think. But now a family's picked him up. And apparently they look... Yeah, because quirky. No one's else going to have a dog like that, are they? You with all your dogs, all them French bulldogs. I mean, I like all dogs. Don't get me wrong, but French bulldogs, everybody's got them. It's almost boring, isn't it? It's like everyone having a fucking Ford Fiesta or something or other. Have something different, a bit quirky, and that dog is it. He probably could. He has to bark upside down. He's fucking barking out of here. I don't know how he's going to eat his dinner, but probably makes a right mess. But you've picked him now, so don't you dare get dumping him. What's his name? Wonky 2. Who's Wonky 1? Wonky and Wonky 2. We want to know what happened to Wonky, because they should meet up. Wonky and Wonky 1 should at least stay friends. I've got loads to do here and I ain't got time, unfortunately. We're going to have to fucking wrap it up. I don't know, I was talking a load of shit earlier. So a giant willy loomed over Wales on the BBC weather map yesterday. The phallic forecast was caused by a combination of Met Office yellow and amber warnings. It looks nothing like a dick. Oh, it does a little bit, I suppose. But torrential rain and gales lashed down on the country from Storm Dennis. Has give us a little bit of a laugh. I mean, there's people getting dragged down the road on inflatable boats because their houses are flooded to fuck. But at least we can have a laugh at the dick cloud of rain that's coming on the weather forecast. You've lost your house, you've lost everything else, but check out the dick forecast and it might just give you a little bit of a smile. I doubt it, but that's Brits as well. We like a laugh at dick-shaped things. We find that kind of thing funny. Fart noises as well. That's not bad. We do like a fart noise. German police nabbed a drunk driver. German police nabbed a drunk driver who tried to flee because his car is. It was obviously a Romeo because he had like loads of perfume on, and they just followed the scent, and they found him hiding behind a bush. So he must have had too much on. So there you go. He paid the ultimate price for pissing other people off with your fucking aftershave. You might have been a real shit smell as well, like a real shit smell. Most of the people who wear a load of aftershave, it's usually the crappiest ones, isn't it? Like Brute or Old Spice used to be. They would smother themselves in it, you know what I mean? Like, and they'd just like burn your nostrils, and you just know they're out on a shit date somewhere. They've always got a bunch of flowers. They're always romantic though, but they'd do the romantic thing, then dump the bird and move on to the next one. The lady, should I say, not the bird. What am I talking about? Who am I? Saying things like that. Right, last two then. environment-friendly rubber pavement made from old tyres could prevent thousands of deaths and injuries a year by cushioning the blow when people fall. I'm all for rubber pavements. That's perfect. I mean, obviously it's for a good cause, but I just like the idea of bouncing down the road, Mr. Soft, on the way. That's like some fucking. There was a when everyone used to walk down the shops smoking the fucking weed on my council estate and everything, they'd be walking like that. They didn't need, what's it called, rubber pavements. Especially this one Rasta dude, he was just fucking walking like Mr. Soft all the way down the shops. It'd take him about 2 days to get there and back. He was that chilled out. But he didn't give a fuck. And people used to play reggae out the houses. They turned the speakers. You walk down the shops and that, you couldn't help but be bouncing because the people would turn the speakers facing out into the street and be blasting reggae music and that, and you'd just be walking down going, yeah, I like this one. This one's good. Crazy. But anyway, yeah, rubber pavements. I'm all for it. Especially fuck some of these pavements off that are not far from me here, because all the roots of the trees are all like bending all the pavements, so they're all like knobbly like that. I've nearly hit the deck loads of times. I tell you what, that's another reason I might be on this, not fucking make one of these podcasts when I've smashed my head and fucking come a cropper, because all the trees are uprooting the pavements and I've gone flying loads of times. So I did it the other week and I bust the what's it called? My shoe. The bottom came off the bottom of my. Fuck them. I should have complained actually. I should have claimed that one back. That's just reminded me. I'm going to look for those shoes and put a claim in. I can't remember how much they cost me now. Is it worth it? I think they were about 100 quid. So yeah, a man kept a snowball in his freezer for 10 years and he's now flogging it on eBay. A snowball. Who's going to buy? How would you know to look for it? A snowball. How's anybody going to find it? A ball in the freezer bag after a snow fight with family and friends, and even kept it through the house move. He had read about another snowball frozen for 10 years that sold for 15,000 on the auction site. Fuck off. That's got to be bullshit. I'm not buying that. I went to the pub with some neighbours and we had a snowball fight on the way home. So the bid's up to £1.70 at the moment. I might have to watch that and see where it goes, because that is just ridiculous. I'm just going to make one out of let your fucking freezer over freeze and just scrape it all out, make it into a snowball. Say you've kept it for 10 years. It could be in the money. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Just one last thing I'd like to say on there's a tragedy, the bad news about Caroline Flack, the TV presenter who killed herself at the weekend. I'd just like to say to the newspapers who are now filling their pages with tributes and whatever else and nice comments about her to go fuck themselves, because they were the people who got behind and sort of stoked the fire of the trolls and the media fucking against her when she had a lot of shit going on, when she had the court case and whatever in her personal life. They didn't give her a fucking they didn't sort of give her a break, basically. And now something happens. She obviously had mental health issues. It's a real shame that she would go to those lengths, but now they're just using it to sell the papers again, so they should go fuck themselves. And people, if you ever have those kind of thoughts, don't listen to the trolls. They're just scumbags, and if you are a troll, you should watch what you say, because that kind of shit sticks around with you forever if somebody does something like that. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. That's my 2 cents on that, and I'll say it's a shame for her and her family. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again tomorrow. See you later. Bye.